Got milk? Will Gilmer does, and he was nice enough to invite us out to his farm today to talk about the dairy industry. Will, thanks for having us out.
Absolutely, Kevin.
Tell us a little bit about your operation.
All right, so we are a dairy farm, one of only 19 grade A dairy farms left in the state of Alabama, but we've been doing it a long time. The farm itself was started by my great-grandparents around early 1900s. Then when my grandfather moved back, after a couple of years of growing crops, he shifted our focus to dairy in 1950, and we've been doing that ever since.
Okay, and you milk the cows twice a day, as I understand.
We milk our cows twice a day. Currently, we have 155 cows that we milk. We milk at about 3:30 in the morning and 1:30 in the afternoon.
Now, what's the significance of that schedule? Why so early?
So we start milking that early because we just have so much to do throughout the course of the day. There's more to dairy farming than just milking the cows. We have to take time to feed all the young stock, grow the crops for them, work on equipment, whatever it might be. So we have to have a full morning in between the early morning milking and then the afternoon milking so we can get everything else accomplished.
All right, great. Well, as we told you, we've got some questions here from some of our viewers that they wanted to know about. So Julie Thrasher says that she has had kids ask if chocolate milk comes from brown cows. I'm sure you've heard that.
Yeah.
But her question is, what diet do the cows need to produce great tasting milk?
That's a good question. It's very important that a cow have a balanced diet. They require a lot to make sure they're both taking care of their own health and producing the milk we need. The primary part of their diet is forage. It could be like grass that you see behind us that the cows can graze. It could be hay. It could be a silage crop like corn or small grains, which is where we chop the entire plant into smaller pieces and feed it to them. These forages provide fiber, they provide energy and protein, and is the primary source of what a cow eats every day. And on top of the forages, we also give them grains like ground up corn, soybean meal, or other byproducts like cottonseed or cottonseed hulls. All these are put together to make that balanced diet, and we and other dairies use nutritionists to help us develop that diet to know just exactly what those cows need, both for their own health and to produce at a certain level of milk every day.
Very interesting. Now, Sonia Dye wants to know, how do you get organic milk, and is it worth the extra cost versus regular milk?
Okay, the difference between organic and conventional milk doesn't really come down to the milk itself, the final product's nutrition or safety. That's all basically the same. It's really about how that milk is produced on the farm. So a conventional dairy like ours, we can use pretty much feed from any source as long as our nutritionist says it's okay. An organic farm has to use feed that is grown without the use of commercial fertilizers or crop protectants, and the cows have to have a homeopathic medical regimen, so to speak. They can't use, such as if they get sick, if the cow requires antibiotics, they would have to be taken out of production and removed from the herd. At the end of the day, it really is just more of, for the farmers, on the farmer side of it, what works best in my situation, what works best on my farm. And as far as consumers are concerned, their main differences will probably be on taste between organic and conventional, because organic dairies tend to be more grazing intensive and pasteurized in a different manner that can affect the taste of the final product. But again, the nutritional aspect of it and the safety of it is essentially the same between organic and conventional. So it really comes down to consumer's choice.
Okay. Last question is from Janice Mason, who wants to know, do you ever have to give your cows a bath?
Every once in a while, the cows will get a little bit dirty, and we have to clean them up a little bit, primarily in the milking barn. We want to make sure if they come in with any mud or on their udders or whatnot, that we have those cleaned off before we ever attach a milker to them. But thanks to the way a cow's hide and hair is, they tend to flake dirt and material off fairly easy. So it's rare that we ever have to do any heavy-duty washing on a cow. Now, if we were going to the state fair and wanted to put her in the show ring, yeah, we'd be washing her and shampooing her and making sure she was all shiny and pretty. But on a day-to-day basis, between making sure that the cows have a clean place, whether it's in the barn or the pasture to lie down, or just doing a little bit of maintenance if they do get particularly dirty, usually the cows can take care of themselves on their grooming.
All right, Will Gilmer, thank you for having us out to your farm today.
Thank you.
If you have a question for an Alabama farmer, send it to askafarmer@simplysouthern.tv.net.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
There's nothing quite like sitting down to a home-cooked meal with fresh vegetables from the garden. With Bonnie plants from your local quality co-op store, you can enjoy the freshest vegetables right from your own backyard. And no matter if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, your quality co-op store has exactly what you need to get the most out of your plants. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Sweet Grown Alabama is such an amazing brand. It'll be great for consumers to be able to connect immediately with an Alabama grown or made product.
Sweet Grown Alabama, what it means to us is community. By buying Sweet Grown Alabama, you are able to support your community and kind of play your part and help the farmers.
There's a huge advantage just to your local community by buying local, whether it's local farms or local businesses.
Find Sweet Grown Alabama farms, markets, restaurants, and stores near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.